Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 7 of the Browns Comparisons podcast. And this is, and, and man, I'll be for real. It's been a very long time since I've actually have gotten up in here. The last time I've actually went ahead and I actually did make an episode was literally a month, freaking almost 2 months ago. And literally in the last time I even uploaded here actually on the podcast channel was literally a month ago. But still, this is not the end. Anyways, this is Chaos to be your host here, and like I said, I want to apologize for just the lack here. But now that we're officially in 2022, now I'm here to just go ahead and I'll be for real now. I pretty much I'm gonna give a lot of honest, a lot of brutally honest opinions. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to. I don't know. There's a lot of things to really anticipate. Okay, so what I'm going ahead. I'm entering 2022 with is it's been a long damn time. Doing a lot of this OFL shit has really it's gotten up to me, and I've also went ahead and I've got to go ahead and I've also had to do a few things myself in 2022. One, cut full ties with AFL, so yeah. So for those of you AFLers that basically have watched my channel for a long time, yeah, we're basically have cut off parts to make this literally absolutely nothing AFL related. AFL's now officially just become literally dead, so that's just to me. But anyways, we got a lot to talk about. We're basically gonna be talking about some OFL stuff, but we're gonna talk about other leagues as we usually do. So let's get on to this because we got a lot of full parts. But before we get to the leagues, I actually want to go ahead and I want to talk about a little something first. And that is just an issue with Roblox podcasts, mainly in the Roblox sports community. And I'll be first to well damn admit it. There's not much podcasts that go around these days. Like, there is not much you can really offer. You might go ahead and see. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. There has been some successful ones, like the original OFL news with Egberts, but keep in mind, that was literally a long time ago. That was literally before I could probably go ahead and even list some muscle. That was probably before I don't know the Oakland Raiders went ahead and made the damn playoffs. In overall that was 2016. Now this is 2022, and the reason why I'm making this is that there's just been an issue with podcasts, the durability, selfishness, and all that other stuff. The durability part to explain is that this is actually something that people have noticed, and it's starting to catch on. Someone would make like 1, 2, 3, 4, like about at least 5 episodes of something, and then the podcast crumbles. Like, they just stop uploading in general. Like, they're just like, nah, we're done, we're good. Or if it's a live one, they stop with that as well. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're good. But that's never been the case. I mean, here, yes, we have our inactivity issues, but we try to be at. But I try to at least upload once a month on here. That's one. And two, if you guys have not really paid attention, you can see literally my OFL news stuff. I'm still there's a low chance I'm actually gonna do episode 20 now, but still, I'm still just go ahead and really record it and just forget about it, because that's right. Because right now it's not in my jurisdiction to make any OFL new stuff, because my version, I've also have realized, although I think personally it's been good. It's just literally OFL just basically just likes to go ahead and has pretty much a bunch of I don't know, how would you say it? Sexual toys up their asses. That's all I can say. Yes, 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 yes. Ahem, ahem. I mean, it's not wrong though too, because we literally basically do see freaking, what's his name? We do see freaking Era basically trying to defend Monster Wyatt for like, I don't know, a fucking year, when his homie Wyatt should have been banned like months ago. No, but he just gets lucky by appeal after appeal after appeal. But now, and every time he gets banned, I'm pretty sure now every time now Doges says goes ahead and he does suspend him. Oh, let me appeal that. Good. Oh, I'm gonna avoid that all check, blah blah blah. But now we already saw he got recently permanently banned. Thank the great Tacty Bacon and all that stuff. He got recently permanently banned for gameplay manipulation, but that's not the main point. That is not the main point of this whole thing. The main point of this whole thing is literally just the podcast stuff in general. Like, outside me and Tired Alarm and Tire Talks and Egberts and OFL News, or even that little podcast thing, I believe that freaking what's his name? Nike Strike and Xavier Pone did. Like, the stuff that, besides, outside of literally those, when have you heard something like that successful? I'm pretty sure some of you AFLers are like, oh, but there's that AFL, but no. Those AFL ones were literally not unprofessional. They literally had no common sense. Look, there's now I'm just seeing that literally stuff these days is unprofessional, or just all that stuff. It's become frustrating to me that I've noticed this, but I'm not the only one that has, because someone that I did aforemention, Tired Alarm. He went ahead and he mentioned it in his most recent episode of Tired Talks, which is basically his first one of that he's doing for a new league that's basically has emerged. It is called the HSNFA, which literally is new scripts and all that stuff. It's literally a whole new league. Really different. But here's Tired with this thing. Just to go ahead and remind y'all of it.
Why did you come back, Tired? It's Christmas Day, and I'm about to attend Christmas dinner, and I decided to, boot up the old Discord, and I saw a notification at the top left of my corner, and there was this guy by the name of Trim Destiny, my old friend, and you guys might not know him as Soji, the commissioner of the HSNFA. I don't know if you guys know him or whatever, but he ends up messaging me and says, hey, the IFA is back, but it's under a new name, the HSNFA, and I'm like, the IFA holds a special place in my heart, so I'll go and check it out. And that's what I did. But some of you might be asking yourselves, Tired, why are you back? Why are you making Tired Talks again? And like I said, I'm not going to be playing any Roblox, so I know Cutler, he always messages me like, oh, come play for me and stuff. Like, I am never playing Roblox ever again. I am sorry. I might, boot up the game, and, go to, an actual game and be there presently, but other than that, I'm not going to be playing Roblox anymore. I'm just here to do media. But other than that, I think this next question is going to answer, for all of you new people who don't know what Tired Talks is all about. Answering the question, why are you back, Tired? Why are you back to making Tired Talks? After my whole entire stint in the OFL, I had a little bit of a thought like, man, wouldn't it be cool if I made Tired Talks for the OFL? Because I had a couple offers. I was in the process of messaging the media department, and I think Parker, I forgot, he has some fucking anime name now. I know him as Boardman Splash, but other than that, I was messaging him. But after that, I got the new job, and I was like, you know what, man, I really don't. I don't really fucking care about this. I'm just gonna not do it. So I was deleting, I think 2 weeks later, I was just like, fuck it. So I started to delete all my Tired Talks content on my laptop that I had saved up and that I was waiting to, release and stuff like that. And I'm just going through everything, and I'm just like, damn, man. I really thought about it, and I had this thought pop up into my head, and I was like, man, I never really gave Tired Talks the appropriate opportunity that I think it deserved. Because here's the reason why I really made Tired Talks to begin with is, if you look at any league, even the OFL, the high and mighty OFL, if you look at the media and people that release articles, people, even podcasts, okay, I'll talk about the podcast in a second, but my point is that there is so much bias. People usually make articles to talk about themselves, talk about their teams, and they don't really do enough adequate research to even publish an article or make a podcast or whatever the case may be, right? They don't do enough research and actually have enough information to talk about things. But for me, I was trying to stray away from that. That's why I made Tired Talks to begin with, is because for every episode, there's so much work that goes into a Tired Talks episode that I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily understand. I don't just, I could easily turn on this mic right now and record for 45 minutes and talk about whatever the fuck that needs to be said and just make a shitty episode. But that's not what I do. I try to put in as much effort as possible. So I'm looking at stat sheets, I'm watching film, I'm doing I'm being active in the league and, trying to get as much information as possible. And I really think that's what separates Tired Talks from a lot of media. But other than that, another thought did pop up into my head, and that's another reason why I wanted to join the OFL in general, is just think about it right now. Have you ever seen a successful podcast in any Row Football League? I really want you to think about that for a second. Now, even the OFL, there is one podcast that I know uploads regularly, and he's an old friend of the IFA, Chaos Topia, aka Brown Man, the man, the myth, and the legend himself, fucking Brown Man. But other than that, think about anybody else. I mean, there's been, podcasts that have been released, 1, 2, maybe 4 episodes, but that's it. They're done. They don't release anymore. And usually people make podcasts in like the OFL to talk about their own suspensions, to talk about themselves, to talk like there was this one fucking guys. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about. I'm not here to rant. But other than that, there's just not enough effort. There's just not enough to it. And I feel like with what I bring to the table in these Tire Talk episodes, I feel like I really never gave it that opportunity, like releasing multiple episodes and, releasing multiple episodes during a year. Like I would, release maybe like 5, 6 episodes in a season, and that was it. Like I never really, really went down and like released a lot of episodes. Even then, I don't even think I released that much. Like the later parts of the IFA, I released maybe like 4 or 5 episodes a season, and that was like during like a what, like 8 to 12 week season. So yeah, I really thought about it, and that's the reason why I'm coming back is because really felt like I never gave it that push that I think it deserved. Another underlying reason why I made Tired Talks to begin with, um, what I'm trying to go for my profession and like my job in the future is I want to try to go towards the medical field, more primarily in nursing. Um, and that's what I'm trying to go for right now. But my dream, in all honesty, like in my heart, um, I've always wanted to get into journalism and maybe even start a talk show. And more primarily, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a huge Denver Broncos fan. I love the Colorado Avalanche. I love hockey. The Colorado Rockies suck ass. They're the baseball team. We're a poverty franchise. And even the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, like, I would love to have a talk show in either four of those. Talk about any four of those and, you know, get into that. And I feel like if this, medical field, not only nursing, I could go into, becoming maybe a doctor or, a dentist, whatever the case may be. If I don't go into any of that during the medical field, I'm going to fall onto journalism. And I felt like the reason why I even made Tire Talks to begin with was to practice for that. It takes so much effort to make a podcast in general and like so much information that you need to know. And the editing, the recording, all of this. And I feel like I was really practicing for that. And that's the underlying reason why I even made Tired Talks to begin with, to practice, making podcasts, recording, talking, doing all those things in general. So that should give you a good reason why Tired Talks is coming back. And just, give you, for those new people, give them a little look into what Tired Talks is all about. Now, the final question some of you may have and I will be talking about today is,
Now that was Tired Alarm basically on takes the whole podcasting, that type of stuff. Anyways, the point that we basically have both gotten across is that literally people don't, when they talk make stuff like that, they just do it really just to be either just not only make much episodes or to be selfish, which literally is it's disappointing. It really is. It really is. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, it's really freaking disappointing. And with all that stuff being said, I'll be for real. It doesn't make some good products. It doesn't. It does not. It doesn't. It doesn't. All right. But anyways, that's just the main issue that I wanted to talk about. But let's go ahead and get on to other things that I want to get into first. So, of course, let's start off with our first one, which we'll be talking about pretty much the whole OFL and how that's going. I mean, we're basically. I'm not gonna go ahead and give much credit to that, but week one opener at the moment, but it's seen some, well, okay jerseys. Okay, not okay jerseys. Oops, I'm tired. That just shows how stressed you can be when you deal with all the cancer this league, bro. But we literally do see the OFL really making an appearance week 1 early. The Raiders and the Raptors are yet to play the Victory Bowl rematch. Well, we have seen some teams show, but which we did we did see an impressive debut out for some teams, but like I said, I don't pay attention to some stuff, so yeah. Anyways, let's go high. I also like to go high, and basically the best thing you can do here is to look at stats. But then again, I also realize that at the moment, Tom has not put in any stats really. It's football though. I mean, we're also seeing some surprises so far this season. Tri-Fi has returned from his hiatus. He's on the Destroyers, and he will be QBing, replacing Hosh. John Houston basically could be a good mix. And the Tours have jumped out to the 1-0 start. The Rams are probably gonna be struggling this season. But we also do see NMD, although he's on the Turks this season, he has shown pretty much that he's still he's still a legit quarterback in the OFL. We did see literally a freaking necrophilia type thing for the Sky Kings. Oh my god, I'm not going to talk about that. The Bruisers and the Snowhawks was a bit of a surprise thing. Jackrabbits taking on the Freedom. The Freedom are just, I'll say it right now. The Freedom, they know what the hell they're doing now. I don't know, like, last season, I didn't think that this was a legitimate team. And that's just due to the fact that literally they had 3x Trems at QB. And the part I was shaky about Trems is that I was concerned basically with his inconsistency, which if you do know, when he was head coach of the Snowhawks, he was a bit inconsistent, but we don't really talk about that. He basically did move on, and the Freedom went ahead and a new atmosphere like that went ahead and kind of gave him something to work with, and Philly just is going off. Anyways, the Phoenix, and they basically had to go ahead and went over a really heavy head coach change. They went from Papa Carbine, a quarterback who literally sucked worse than, I don't know. I don't know who do you think you would say he would suck worse than Ryan Leaf, Bobby Douglas from the 70s, a 1940s quarterback that didn't perform well. I can't say Slinging Sammy Baugh, despite literally the issues Baugh had. I can't say Joe Namath. He just didn't perform well at QB and especially at head coach. Just showed a lot of incompetence. But with the Phoenix, they went ahead when we get fresh ATL, but still we saw we see their lose streak go to 10 straight losses. The Knights take on the Sunbirds. Was a game that did see pretty much the Knights win. Unsurprisingly, the Warriors playing against the T-Birds, and with Kelvin going ahead and pulling off against the Wind, which, once again, I'm unsurprised. But for Mexico City, that's another thing I wanted to go ahead and switch up to. That was the team. That was the team that went ahead and they switched everything. Like, this was the team that switched. I mean, everything. They switched literally everything. They literally switched everything up this offseason. But without a doubt, though, they probably are going to be the team that worth watching this year. I mean, they have a good that. I mean, I'll be for real. They have an All-Pro quarterback. They have a stacked team, and yeah, this is. I don't know what you want to say. I mean, Chaos Vert, 400 yards. We also do see how also recorded he just brings in a lot of players. Meanwhile, we did see the Firecats go ahead and also play, but didn't perform as well as expected. But I am surprised, basically, what they had to work with. I mean, Barker had to work with guys such as Dimey Q and Jacob Vert. Jacob Vert's a Rookie of the Year, yes, but Dimey Q, he's shaky. I don't know about him yet. He's shaky, but yet he's shady. I don't know. With all due respect, he is a good football fusion player and probably one of the best YouTubers right now out. But in the OFL, I don't know if you can consider him the best in his category yet. He probably is, but we'll see soon. Alright. Now, really, as we pretty much enter really in this season of OFL, I can say this straight up. This season's probably gonna be somewhat dull. And all that stuff, yeah. Anyways, we're we basically have we're basically seeing a lot of things also going on at the moment, such as also with the LFG. Basically, they're going ahead and they're taking some time, off to go ahead and figure out what they need to do for season 15. Also, was actually was pretty cool to go ahead and actually stream for their league for a bit. But anyways, we're seeing basically nothing too crazy is going off still. Mountain West football, Mountain West Conference football has gone back to form. We did see really, if you did tune in to pretty much to our Twitch affiliate, which is Jericho Sports, we did stream a game, and basically when that New Mexico won 24-6 early due to an admin abuse forfeit. Meanwhile, ACC football, they went ahead and they changed up the teams a bit. But it may be a new year of ACC and a new season, but that doesn't mean that we do also that we literally see a lot of other things as well. So we're seeing a lot of just seeing a lot of football. Just going ahead and really being in effect. Alright. Now of course there's the ASFL, which has gone ahead and it's in the midst of its fifth season. And so far it's been a really interesting part, but the recent thing that went ahead and came off was the Royals win over the Admirals 34-21 in a game that the Royals basically had to call on basically one of their backups to basically show up, and he did. He did, and and luckily they avoided a forfeit. So that was a little bit epic. And yes. So yeah, this has just been a very interesting season, and of all this stuff, of all this football. Oh yeah, and also for NSSFA, they're wrapping up probably wrapping up season A at the moment. Some very interesting football there. But yeah. Anyways, if there's one also final part that I also got to talk about, let's also talk about the NFL a bit. IRL football, finally. The one thing that I actually have been feel like I'm losing any hope of senselessness to. I mean, the first part I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see. I'm also gonna go ahead and we're gonna okay. So we're basically okay. So basically, we have basically have seen has been literally tradition as literally has been some crazy football week 18. Now I'm gonna be for real. We also saw some notable upsets. Jacksonville beating Indianapolis, and with and basically, and all Indianapolis needed was basically for basically those trying to hope for them to lose for them to lose out. They basically gone and hope that they lose. That didn't happen. So Trevor Lawrence knocked the Colts out of the playoffs. Cooper Kupp gets the triple crown, but does not break or even get to 2,000 receiving yards. That is pain. That's pain, bro. That is pain. The Saints went ahead and go all out and get a 30-20 win. But like I said, they still miss out on the playoffs. 49ers barely make the playoffs. The Steelers, they make the playoffs during the day, but officially don't because they have to wait for the results of Raiders versus Chargers. And that game was interesting itself. Let me get to that in a bit, though. We did see the Titans go ahead and basically do whatever what that was, how they played. We did see basically literal a lot. Literally also Jason Kelce go on literally in a game. He went and he came on the field for one snap, which was to start the game, the one to give him his start, and then he left the game. Huh? That's all I can say. Wait. But let's go and talk about Raiders to Chargers, bro. This was a game that the Raiders were up like 29-22, like last seconds, and then Chargers score a touchdown to force overtime. Overtime we go. They exchange field goals. Raiders get the ball back, and they drive down the field. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing that I find weird about today. Literally, if both the Raiders and the Chargers literally want tied, they both would have made the playoffs. And that would have knocked Pittsburgh out. But no. Derek Carr went ahead and basically drove down the field with the help from literally pit players and the fact that the Chargers really called the timeout and helped the Raiders. The Raiders went ahead and they kicked the field goal as time expired to not only clinch the win, but to knock Indianapolis out of the playoff. Not Indianapolis, though. Oh, they were alright. They also knock the Chargers out of the playoffs, and they also make sure the Steelers are going to the playoffs. So a lot of football was played, and man, was it a lot. Now, this is going to be it for this episode of the Browns Comparisons podcast, though. As I'm tired, I need to get some rest. And I'm also starting to sneeze a lot. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys in the next episode. We'll see you guys in episode 8. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.